All right, let's go over the latest and greatest of the NFL news. I'm going to start out with Chiefs news specifically, then cover more broad NFL news, and timestamps are in the description below if you're looking for something in particular. So hey, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button for more daily news updates and let's talk about it. But first, how about those? Okay, here we go. It's only 183 days until football is back, and to reminisce last season a bit before the new league year starts, it's worth noting that the Chiefs released some of their top photos from the 2021 season on their website. So make sure you check those out if you want to relive some awesome moments from last season. There are some epic shots in there. Also, make sure to hit that like button if you are as excited as me and ready as me for these 183 days to be over, done, and gone already. All right, and then it looks like Mahomes and fiancée Brittany Matthews are set to get married this weekend. Mahomes, Brittany, and guests have been seen arriving in Wailea, Hawaii on Maui to get ready for the big day. Chiefs teammates such as Orlando Brown Jr., Travis Kelce, D-Rob, CEH, and Tyrann Mathieu are among those expected to attend. Mathieu has posted photos of the island already, among others, and you can for sure see Travis Kelce and his girlfriend Kayla Nicole in this photo, but that is not a surprise that they are there. It looks like his brother Jackson will be the best man, but I'm not sure about the rest of the wedding party yet, though I am interested to know who's gonna be in it. Last thing worth noting here, look at this Coors Light bottle. Freaking awesome. So hey, congrats to the soon-to-be Mr. and Mrs. Mahomes. Yesterday, Chiefs Wire dropped an article talking about the Chiefs being a potential landing spot for former Vikings cornerback Jeff Gladney. Gladney was acquitted of felony assault charges on Thursday, which I covered a little bit more of that in a previous video if you're interested. But now that he's in the clear, teams are going to be looking at him potentially joining their roster. He's only 25 and started 15 of 16 games in 2020 with 81 tackles and a forced fumble on the year. The article goes on to say this about Gladney. A former TCU standout, Gladney was drafted with the pick number 31 in the 2020 NFL Draft, one pick prior to the Chiefs' selection of running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. The team showed interest in him ahead of the draft, hosting Gladney on one of their allotted virtual pre-draft visits. The Chiefs are no stranger to giving players second chances, especially at the cornerback position. They did so with former first-round draft pick DeAndre Baker, who was released by the New York Giants due to allegations of armed robbery. Baker was eventually cleared and eventually joined the Chiefs practice squad. He is going on his third season in KC after being tendered as an exclusive rights free agent. So hey, sometimes this stuff works out and sometimes it doesn't. Take recently troubled cornerback Damon Arnette, for example. The Chiefs tried to do something similar with him, but he messed that one up pretty badly, if you remember, and the Chiefs released him from his futures contract shortly after signing him to it. Anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Should the Chiefs attempt to snag Jeff Gladney for a year on a futures deal and see how it works out? We know the Chiefs are in need of obvious secondary help with Charvarius Ward slated to hit free agency and expected to get paid quite a bit of money. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. I'm interested to read what you have to say. And then, as the college pro day circuit continues, Chiefs scouts have been spotted at a few different places so far: Kansas, Kansas State, Wisconsin, Alabama, Birmingham, Tulsa, and Oklahoma. Also, regarding Oklahoma, it's worth mentioning that Creed Humphrey was in attendance at Oklahoma's pro day. Pretty cool of him to be there for that. And then KC Proctor from Arrowhead Attic released an article yesterday titled, "Why It's a Mistake to Allow Tyrann Mathieu to Hit Free Agency." In this article, he compares Tyrann's 3-year average performance to the other top safeties in the league and makes a case that Tyrann Mathieu is still a top choice and leads the safeties in interceptions and fumbles recovered over the course of these 3 years. He goes on to say this: "It seems clear that the Honey Badger is statistically among the top producing safeties in the league. If the Chiefs want top talent to defend the third level against one of the most, if not the most talented offensive divisions in the NFL, letting Tyrann Mathieu walk was a mistake." So what are your thoughts on this? Do you agree with his assessment, or is it time to let him walk and move on to the next chapter? My biggest question is this: who is going to be able to step in and fill Mathieu's shoes? Lots of factors at play here, especially if Ward is gone, Frank Clark is cut, and Anthony Hitchens is already cut. That's a lot of leadership on the defensive side of the ball gone. So will we draft a safety and then pick up some vets on cheaper, shorter deals to have a veteran presence in the locker room? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. In other NFL news, Bobby Wagner tweeted something that's pretty sad to me. Regarding his release from the Seahawks, he said, "Crazy part about all this, I played there for 10 years and I didn't even hear it from them that I wasn't coming back." Ouch, man. I know the NFL is a business and he's not technically owed anything. He's getting paid a ton of money, but that's got to sting and possibly make him bitter. 10 years of blood, sweat, and tears poured into an organization is a long time. And it's worth noting, Tyrann Mathieu actually retweeted this with a response of his own. And when I saw that, I went ahead and screenshot that retweet real quick because I had a feeling it was going to be deleted by Tyrann soon after. And I was right. Poof, gone like magic. And then in other player news, Jason Kelce is back with the Eagles for another year and will continue getting paid like he's one of the best in the business. Jimmy Garoppolo, he recently had shoulder surgery that has appeared to go well. The Cowboys have reportedly been in contact with Bobby Wagner, and Falcons QB Matt Ryan's contract was restructured, creating $12 million in cap space. Be on the lookout for them to do something similar with Mahomes' contract as well. That's going to happen. And then Raiders defensive end Maxx Crosby signed a 4-year contract extension with the team. This is a 4-year, $98.98 million deal. I like that it's 98.98 in honor of his number. Kind of cool. But hey, the best part about this story, 2 years ago on the day, yesterday, Maxx Crosby checked himself into rehab for alcoholism and has been 2 years sober. On the same day, 2 years later, is when he signed the contract extension with the Raiders. In an article from ESPN, Crosby says, "I want to be of service to other people going through whatever they're going through right now. It's crazy. My fiance sent me a picture of myself from 2 years ago today. The look on my face and how much different I looked, I didn't even recognize that person. But just 2 years later, I have the ability to not only take care of myself forever, but my kids and my dogs. I came from a tough situation, but I just want to show people there that anything's possible if you put your mind to it." Seriously, Maxx Crosby, congrats on 2 years of sobriety. That's amazing. And even though you are a Raider, congrats on the contract extension. I'm not looking forward to see you chasing Mahomes around for 4 more years, but it is what it is. Congrats again. And then, in probably the biggest news yesterday, a grand jury declined to indict Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson, which means he will not face criminal charges. But even though he's clear from criminal charges, the NFL will still review the matter and may discipline him in some form with a suspension. Take Ben Roethlisberger and Ezekiel Elliott's situations for example. Neither of them were criminally charged, but both were still suspended for 6 games by the NFL. With the criminal charges dropped, though, the Texans can now see who else is interested in trading for Deshaun Watson. Adam Schefter says this about Watson in an interview yesterday. "The feeling around the league is that there will be multiple teams that are interested in trading for him, despite the fact that the 22 civil suits go on, and despite the fact that he could still be facing discipline from the National Football League." So, within the next week or two, it looks like Deshaun Watson will be traded from the Texans. There is a no trade clause in Watson's contract, though, which means the Texans can't just trade him to any team. Watson has to actually agree on it himself as well. Ian Rappaport says Deshaun Watson has a no trade clause and he'll want to talk to any interested teams willing to do a deal with the Texans. Interest will come quickly, but Watson's decision may take a few days. So yeah, there is that. What are your thoughts on all of this? Where do you think Watson will go? The Bucks, Seahawks, Steelers, Panthers, Lions, Tigers, Bears? Oh my. Yeah, okay, bad joke. But let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Who knows where he could end up, but it is an interesting situation nonetheless. All right, guys, that is it for the biggest news from yesterday. Make sure you like and sub for more daily news like this. And also check out this video here from the previous day's news in case you missed it. And until next time, let's go. How about those